You always have some music with you? Yeah, I've got a speaker next to the dishes. So whenever I do the dishes, I'm listening to very aggressive rap music, as you can imagine. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, meow. But our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward. And good evening to you too, Bow Lord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last. One who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin. I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gilmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, more shadowy figures have been skulking about in the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft in order to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have completed to spread our forces throughout the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamud. Do we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? Yup. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. First time I played this game, I made an Elizin. It looked basically exactly like Mother Meown. And I started in Gridania, so like the very first NPC I talked to was my clone. It was fun. Okay, I am really curious. Can I ride a fat chocobo? Or do I need to unlock? That is not a delivery, Moogle. What have I done? Unlock the Mooglepedia. Where's the male Moogle? Ah. The male Moogle must be over here somewhere. Male Moogle. Come on, I know you're out here. Are you buried in other icons? Alright, well, we'll deal with this later. You send chocobos out to the Central Shroud? Wait, rent a chocobo? No, port me. Bent Branch Meadows. Is that But is that in the Central Shroud? I don't actually know. I'll just wander out the gate. I'll walk. It's fine. Doesn't bother me. Whee! Also, I was reading a bunch of text. I don't know if I thanked you properly, Scarlet, for hanging out with us in the Sastasha. It was fun to do at least one dungeon with a party. So that people who've been hesitant to pick this up can see that it's not so bad. Everyone was nice and polite. Nobody yelled at me for going slow. If you're used to World of Warcraft, you might not be used to having a real polite and nice community. But, yeah, Final Fantasy XIV has probably the friendliest community I have ever seen. Deep Rock Galactic's got a pretty good one, but there's still a bunch of, like, ne'er-do-wells. I say ne'er-do-wells. It's not much, it's just people upset and who blame their team for losing. That doesn't happen here this often. People will just quietly bow out of the dungeon if you're doing bad. But even then, there's usually some player who has the time and energy to, like, help you get better. Alright, one of these is a fat chocobo. Yes. Can I use this? I can now summon the fat chocobo mount. But can I do that now? Travel? Somewhere in here? Companion, squadron, pet, general? Yeah, I don't think I've unlocked mounts yet. That's my hunch anyway. Oh well. Alright. Speak with somebody. The Quiverman at the Tamtara Deepcroft. Where are you? South. Deep south. We're going to the Erozea, Alabama. In the deep croft. Oh, is there a chocobo porter here? You're a keep, but are you a porter? Yes, technically. Okay. We have touched her, and then we have learned. Oh, and this is the exit I'm supposed to be going down. Yay. I wish it was daytime. Gridania is my favorite area. And just like the forest. Feels like home. Hustle, 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 hustle. Excuse me. Hey, it's these guys. Don't mind me. Oh, this guy. Huge mont. His mont is huge. Your old Sugarheart, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bow Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deepcroft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity and put an end to the 6th Astral Era. The cultists took the lesser moon, Dalamud, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from devastation. And so, they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it only served to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Erozea at large, put an end to their madness. Yay. Alright. And I can enter with a party of NPCs. These eager people. Let us commence. And always remember, if you're the tank, turn on your tank stance. It's like a light switch. You only need to turn it on once. But the game has a bad habit of turning it off. Fire or scorch. And see, with NPC players, I can really take my time and take a look around. Basically, you go down the stairs and you weave in and out of those buildings. And you touch those various orbs. And eventually, a bridge goes to the middle there and you fight Boss Man there. Kind of a cool place. Reminds me of a place I saw in Dragon's Dogma, the very first one. All I remember is like going down 1,000,000 stairs and then getting attacked by tentacles. It looks like the NPCs are not using their AoEs. Or maybe they don't have AoEs. We're very low level. Let's go grab some more enemies. And keep throwing tomahawks as I run. I'm just gonna try a 2-pull. Just kind of wondering how aggressive I can be with AI. Kick you. Just for fun. Anything cool in here? There's all these back rooms that nobody ever sees because most normal people only stick to the main path. But you get some experience for exploring every corner of the map. I remember the last time I played, there's a... what is the place? I want to say it's the place we do right after this one. Wherever the Ulda dungeon is. No, that's the Copperbell Mines. I don't know which one I'm thinking of. Had like a dire scorpion or like some big scorpion boss at the end. Anyway, I played it 1,000,000 times. And then just once I played it and somebody took me down a different path. And I was like level 60 and I got an achievement for like exploring it fully for the first time. So if you're achievement hunting, it's become very popular these days. Oh, hey. Are you counting souls? You are a void soul counter. 1 soul. Here, let me give you a kit. I'm worried you're healing. You don't seem to be dying as quickly as you could. Let's ponder the orb. Good. Orb pondered. Ooh, treasure. I got a hat. But is it a good hat? It is not a good hat. I wouldn't mind some stylish gear. I'm not sure what we can find. Eventually, we're gonna get to... what is it? The Sands? The Wandering Sands? The Vesper Bay. There's a quest there to get some, style. And then we can get glamour. And pretty. Sweet one-button dungeons. This is not the most exciting stuff. But what's over in this corner? I don't think I've ever been here. Treasure! Anything cool? Thigh boots. Just what I wanted. But do they have the thigh squish? Another skirt. We're finding a lot of those. Hello, everybody. And another void counter. Look at him counting those voids. Doink. More treasure. Half gloves. I'm pretty sure I still haven't found anything that I can actually wear. Nope. One of these days, I'll find gear. Flesh fly? Are they made of flesh? Or do they eat flesh? Alright, overpower is hitting them for 80. If I just hit them regularly. Yeah. So even on 2 guys, it's worth it to do the AoE. Is anybody afraid of spiders? Because these guys aren't technically spiders. They've got a single body segment, so they're technically harvest men, which are a lot like spiders. But instead of hitting you with neurotoxins that melt your insides, they've got teeth. And they chew on you. Which, since you've got more pain receptors in your skin and muscle, I think it's going to be a lot more painful than your normal spider. Anyway, those are your nightmares for the day. You're welcome. Yeah. So, everyone's scared of spiders, but like daddy longlegs are like mostly harmless, right? But I think if you're shrunk, daddy longlegs are actually a lot scarier than normal spiders. Because of the reasons mentioned. Gladiator plundered arms. Is that something I can wear? Are those gloves? No. Gladiator plundered arms. Are those weapons? What did I get? I guess I can't change jobs in a dungeon. I think I found gladiator weapons, I assume. But if you're trying to figure out what the difference between a spider and a harvestman is, it's the single body segment. They've got a combined abdomen and cephalothorax. Did I say that right? Anyway, spiders do be cute. I mean, they're still related to spiders. They're both arachnids. But scorpions are also arachnids. They're not spiders either. Impenetrable barrier. Okay. Anyway, welcome to my nature documentary. Cultist rosary. It looked like an orb. Come here, everybody. Stop beating on my Lancer. Man, that Lancer lost a lot of hit points really quickly. I mean, that's on me for sloppy tanking. But yeah, you can definitely tell the NPC party is not as good as a human party in most cases. Like, occasionally you'll get unlucky and you'll get somebody who has no idea what they're doing. Which is why I'm so glad they allowed these, like, NPC dungeons. Like, it gives you an opportunity to learn the mechanics before you embarrass yourself in front of everybody. Alright. I touch the orb. Not to mention, like, if you go through... Well, hang on. Cutscene. The biggest orb of them all. The guy. Galvanth the Dominator. Can I watch the cutscene again? I missed what he said. You seem surprised. Did you not cross our gates in search of blood? Come hither, children of the dawn. The undying master will drink deep tonight. Okay. Hey, I've mapped the entire realm. See, those are the achievements you can get if you explore every corner of the dungeon, which nobody does. I mean, like, eventually you'll get it. Like, all you need is that tank who's not quite sure where to go. Oh, hey. What are you doing? Gotta make sure I get all the pulls. Leave my Lancer alone. I've spaced out my mitigation a little better. It's okay, we're learning. Eventually you get like 4 mitigations, and I feel like you could just have one up at any time. An axe to grind level 3. Nice. Blarg, says the Mind Flayer. And not a single tadpole in our eyes. Hello, kitty. Do you want to say something? You want a bite of that delicious cuttlefish head? Plundered knives. Neat. Alright. But did we get anything? We did! Oh, look at that. We actually look pretty decent. We got a new hat. I would look downright good. Excuse me. Can I not commend my NPC players? It would be only polite. Oh man, yeah, we're looking handsome. We're looking heroic. Let's see, I could return all the way to Gridania. You know what? Let's go for a nice peaceful walk. Take the Chocobo Porter. How about that? It's daytime, so you can see how pretty the forest is. A little foggy, but still pretty. Take me to Gridania. Actually, we may need to kind of rush a little bit. The first 2 dungeons took longer than I expected. And I've got to take my kids to school before you know it. I say rush, and yet, here we are, Chocobo porting. You know what this travel needs? A cinematic camera. There are other games that do that. Grand Theft Auto springs to mind, weirdly enough. Where they've got like a special I'm riding in a taxi camera. Of course, nobody ever uses it. You can just be like, instantly teleport to destination. Which, you know, is the whole point. But if you ever need like a drink or something, you could do that. Alright. Let's take a drink. Welcome back, Old. I'm reliably informed that your foray in the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. Bateron's ringing endorsement left me in little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Oh, Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. Must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Avir's gone and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. You shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. To hell's with this pathetic excuse of a party. I'm leaving. It'd be too soon if I had never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing. But you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this on yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Avir's head, bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avir. Please forgive me. Remember her. Remember this. It comes back. Scenes like this have become all too common. It makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I wouldn't trust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you are nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in the task, say the word and I will be glad to share the details with you. The word.